Okay, so what we're doing right now, we're going over how what I use to make calculations to get the ALCs, like no recoil and like a lock-on target type of ALC. We're going over the method that I use in order to do these. The method that I use is I use the calculations. I literally write them down, and I use the calculator on my phone, and I use the conversion chart. That I also have that in one of my videos. I make sure that I had a conversion chart to be able to convert your 4 3s, your 4 4s, your 5 3s, and whatever. To be able to convert those into the ALCs, so that you get the aim assist, you get the benefits that you need from the actual end game, from the game. So, like I said, I do my calculation. This is an envelope that I was up and I'm thinking, well, this is the number that I need to reach. How can I reach this number? And what would be the best way to distribute the ADS turning and the ADS turning next to y'all, turning next to pitch, to distribute those in a way to where you still have your 4-4 or your I would say 5-3, but to have that same aim assist, and to be able to lock it in a position to where the numbers add up. So when you play the game, when you're in the game, you want your numbers to add up, because if not, you're gonna be off to the left or to the right or something. But you have to add those numbers up to where it makes sense. So this is how I come up. This is how I come up with my ALCs, and I actually do the math. And it's not just following somebody else's ALCs or just following, oh, this look good, oh yeah, this worked for me. That's okay if that's the way you want to play the game. But if you want ALCs that's gonna have the math behind it, not just, oh yeah, this is this so and so sentence and trying to be out here getting lucky. But we're gonna go over my ALCs right now. These I'm really into these because I like these right now. So dead zone is on 3%, the outer threshold is on 2%, response curve is on 0. My per optics, I made a few changes here and there. Per optic, the one time the iron sights is on 0.6. Everything else going after that is 0.5. Now, when you're doing your per optics, there are 3 6s, there are 3 5s. You only see one on the screen. One is to the left, one is to the right. You want to make sure that you're on the middle one. You don't want to be to the left or to the right of any of these numbers, because it'll still be 0.5, but it'll be to the left or to the right. If you're to the left or to the right, that's where your sight is going to lean towards. So if you're right-handed and you feel like, oh, I need to lean more towards the left, that's fine. You just move over one. So make sure it's still 0.5, but you move over just enough to where it's still 0.5, but it's to the left. And that's how per optics work. Nobody's going to tell you this stuff. That's how per optics work. So you're going to come out of there. Okay, yaw speed 490. The reason I got the yaw speed at 490 is because I'm maxing out right now. I'm playing at the 120 hertz performance. So this stuff is pretty much maxed out my movement. The way you change your movement is using the conversion chart for your ALCs. So your conversion chart, which is in one of my videos, I'm going to try to see if I could, well, I'm not even going to try to link it up with this or anything. I'm going to try to put it on the end of this video, so that way you don't have to go searching through my videos to try to find it. But I'm going to put the conversion chart on here. What you want to do, you want to make sure that your yaw speed and your pitch speed match up with the conversion chart. The only way you're adding turn next to yaw, turn next to pitch, the only way you're adding that is if you're making sure that those numbers add up. It has to add up to what you have on the conversion chart. So if you're running 340, which is what I was running for a long time, 340 I believe is 5. That's 5. If you're running at 340 and whatever the pitch speed is, the max at 340. If you're running a 5.3, you want to make sure that you have those numbers up here. If you want to add turn next to yaw, turn next to pitch to those numbers, if you're going to add those, then you have to compensate. Instead of it being 340, if I'm going to add any extra yaw, extra pitch, then I'll make that 3, and I'll add the fucking I'll add the 40 to the turn next to y'all and do it like that. But you want the number to add up and make sense. If the math doesn't make sense, the ALCs are going to be off. So I'm just telling you this. Yeah, they're going to look good. Somebody with their random numbers or whatever, it's going to look good a little bit. But what happens is, eventually, it's still going to be off, and the game is going to sense that it's off. And you're going to lose the aim assist. You're going to lose the anti-recoil. You're going to lose all the things that you are used to before you switch to ALCs. These are my ALCs right now. So like I said, I'm pretty much maxed out. Yaw speed 490, pitch speed 290, turn next to yaw 90, which should be 10 because it doesn't go past 500. But I have it on the 90. I was testing it out. Turn next to pitch 180. Turning ramp up time is on 12%. Turning ramp up delay is on 4%. My ADS yaw speed is at 142. My ADS pitch speed is also at 142. The reason why you don't have, somebody was saying, oh yeah, these numbers should be the same. I don't know what type of math they do or whatever, or how they figure that, but you want these numbers, your ADS numbers, you want them to be the same. The reason why you want your ADS numbers to be the same is because when you're aiming down sight, you want your bullets to go straight when you're aiming down sight. You don't want to have a different speed for going back side to side and up and down when you're aiming down sights. When you're aiming down sights, you want that bullet to go straight down sight. You want to go straight down the barrel, bang, that's what you want to hit. So that's why for the ADS, I'm not talking about hip fire and what your movement is responsible for. I'm talking about when you're shooting, what that's responsible for is you want a straight shot. You don't want your shot to be going you fast side to side, but you slow up and down. That's not going to be any good when you're ADS. All right, so anyway, you got the turning next to yaw 78, turning next to pitch 78, ADS ramp up time 1%, ADS ramp up delay 2%. The reason why we have a slower ramp up on the ADS than we have on the regular is because regular we're dealing with movement and we're dealing with hip fire. So that's going to be a little more wonky than it's going to be if you ADS. If you ADS, you don't need a lot of delay or a lot of ramp up if you ADS. So don't get those two things confused either. All right, so the rest of this target compensation on, mainly target compensation on. Target compensation is not default PC, but even though it says that, when you go to my video, you'll see that I have no performance, which the performance prioritizes frame rates up to 120 frames per second with reduced visual quality. Bang. So So that's what I'm on right here. Also, another thing about these settings are, I'm using my RMX Pro for these settings right here, right now. So you might have to tweak the dead zone. If you're not using any third-party accessories or anything like that, you might have to tweak your dead zone so that it's not as fast or as smooth as this is. But on a side note, I got a chance to play in the lobbies, the PC lobbies, and the frame rates are smooth. And even though I'm on console, you could feel the difference. You can feel the difference in the gameplay. You can feel the difference in the lobbies because the lobbies are crazy. Even in pubs, it's like, dude. But I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. And right now I'm thinking about moving my account to PC just because I enjoyed it so much. But yeah, these are the LCs. This is what I worked on right now, and this is what I got so far. And other than tweaking your dead zone, because this might be a little advanced, a little bit fast for some people. But other than tweaking your dead zone, with these joints right here, these LCs right here, I'm extremely proud, extremely happy. And there is zero recoil. There's no guessing. Other than you moving off of the target by your movement, because like I said, I have a very high. My movement is pretty much maxed out. But other than you moving off the target, you're not gonna have any situation. And I'm about to jump in a couple games with these. I'm about to jump in a couple games with these settings because I'm really excited about this. If I try to explain the math, which nobody really is gonna give a damn, but if trying to explain the math, I had 220 split max to work with, which gave me for the AES turning extra pitch and extra yard, which gave me 220 to work with split. So both of them both the numbers had to add up. The 142 and the 78 they had to add up and come up to the 220. So that's the 220 split that I had figured out and did the math on my calculator on my phone, whatever, and do all those mathematics and everything. I came up with this right here. So give these a run, and by all means leave a comment. Let me know how you like it, whatever. The main thing, like I said, these settings are maxed out. So make sure that if it's too much, you go ahead and bump up your dead zone, but do not touch the response curve. But bump up your dead zone by all means, and use the conversion chart. Use the conversion chart to find out where your ALCs are. So if you're a 4.4 classic, then you need your ALCs to reflect 4.4 classic, and that's what you need. You need to make sure your ALC reflect the 4.4 classic if that's what you play under. Like I said, these are maxed out. You don't have to follow this exactly and max your ALCs out. If you do follow this exactly, you max your ALCs out, and you feel like it's too jumpy or everything's moving too fast, whatever, then what you want to do is you can move your dead zone up, you can move your response curve up. I'm against moving the response curve, but classic is going to be on these lines right here. They got the lines up here for classic. That's the starting point. So anyway, these are done with math. These are not. I'm not just in the firing range guessing and feeling my way around and put something out because this is cool. Like I said, when people do that, it's going to be okay sometimes, but it's not going to be consistent. And if you're looking for consistency, you want to have to use your ALCs according to the conversion chart that converts the ALCs into that converts the standard into the ALCs. You're going to need that. And the only reason why you got to turn extra, turn pitch, turn ramp, that's where you make the adjustments. Those are those fine-tuned adjustments that you make when you're in the firing range or when you're in the game and you come out of the game and you're like, oh, I was off by a millisecond. The ALCs I was using before this, I was trading with a lot of people. We would trade like in a gunfight. I'm shooting them, they shooting me, we trade, boom, boom, we both down. Okay. The ones after I got back in here, got to the math, and got back in here and started doing it, I'm 1v2 and 1v3, I'm having a ball. So these right here, these are tested out in the firing range, and I'm about to run some games with it. And if the games don't go like they're supposed to, you won't see this video. Because my LCs are tested out in the firing range, in game, in the firing range again, in game again. So everybody take care. I hope everybody's having a wonderful night or whatever. It's nighttime over here. This is how I spend my Saturday night. I spend my Saturday night being excited about these ALCs. All right, everybody take care of each other.